Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Friday Night Lights series running of the Old Dominion 250 here live at Martinsville. We're about to get down and dirty here and get some hot dogs. Gonna be a lot of fun. Make sure you sit back, relax. We got a hell of a show for you here tonight. I'm Kirk Mills alongside Ron Mons in the booth, and we got Howie Burrows being our producer. Super excited for tonight's race. It's gonna be tough, door to door, beating and banging around this short little half-mile racetrack. It looked like a little paper clip. Go ahead and put it on your paper. We're gonna have some fun here tonight, Ron. Tell me, how excited are you for this stuff?
Oh, I am super duper excited. We got hot dogs and drivers probably wanting to beat the crap out of each other by the end we get to tonight. I think this is probably going to be the closest we have to a baseball game throughout this season. Looking forward to it. This is going to be a blast. Off the back of the rather short race that we had at Darlington 1 week ago, this is going to be rather a bit less concise. I think we're going to see the bare knuckle fist get broken at more often than not. This will be very, very fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got fantastic drivers out there, guys that have been able to win. And let's take a look at last week's winner on your screen. Take a look. Lucas Hoytsma, 2 in a row at Darlington. This guy's able to win multiple races over and over again. And he most certainly is going to be a contender here tonight if he is in the field. I think he is. Let me take a look at the top group. Take a look here at your season standings right here. Got a lot of people coming in racing multiple times. Benefield's top of the boards. He's pretty fast. I think he may have a good shot to do well here tonight. But yeah, no, it's going to be one of them races that you're going to enjoy. But Hoytsma is not going to be here this week, so he will not be racing tonight. But remember this, folks. We got a lot of great drivers out there. And on the grid, we have 34 cars that have attempted to qualify for tonight's race. And these guys are going to try the best they can. Everybody's going to make the race.
Yeah, so we're going to have drivers of various pace trying to tackle this racetrack. It is going to be a tough one for these drivers. 250 laps to look ahead to here tonight. And drivers looking to kind of hit the ground running now that we are off into the spring. We've had our fun so far this season. We've had a heck of a lot of fun here. But now we're getting into the serious matters. Starting off here at Martinsville, running through the rest of the spring and summer. This is going to be when these drivers have to keep their nose on the grindstone.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't have no grindstone in my house. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, Ron. We're going to do this starting lineup. Let's take a look and see who the heck's starting in this race and where the hell they are. Starting on the pole, Cameron Stone. He's a winner. No doubt about it. He loves short tracks. He's going to move your tail out of the way. Make sure you are not happy about it. Andrew Dyson to his outside. He's fast no matter what car he drives. Got Hickson Ball. He's going to be hard to beat this week as well. And to their outside, you got Joseph McCorder in the 4th place spot. He's always hard to beat. 5th place, Daniel Wiles, rookie for the season. He's doing really, really good week in, week out. And to the outside, Adam Benefield, current points leader. Starting in 7th place tonight will be Jacob Simpson in the 22 car. He's a real aggressive driver. I'm sure we'll see him making some noise. And to the outside, you see Seth Fowdy in that 77 machine. Going to try and make some noise up front after a rough week last week. Hunter Truell in the 71 car, starting in 9th. And to the outside of the 71 is going to be Mason Lowry in the 42.
And then looking outside the top 10, we got Tim Phillips starting this race in P11. He'll be alongside Casey Graves in the 01 machine starting in 12th. Looking right behind on row number 7 here tonight is going to be Dave Hoytsma in the 79 alongside Blake Kluot in the 14, fittingly in P14. Jeremy Brown will be in 15th place. Alongside him will be Ryan Von Henschel. And then from there, looking at your 9th row, will be Cliff Mullins next to Henry Calow. First time we've seen the driver the 91 this season here in the Friday Night Lights series. Looking forward to seeing what he can do here this evening. Tanner Marty will start this race in 19th, and rounding out our top 20 here tonight will be Jesse Winslow.
All right, starting behind the Canadian will be Eric Wineland in the 21 car, drafted car 2, and to their outside Wesley Napier in that 95 machine. See 23rd Brandon Hunsinger in the 92. To their outside, Jarrett Grodzicki. Oh, golly, let me try that again. Jarrett Grodzicki starting 24th. There we go. Then starting 25th, Brian Wortman. He's going to be fun to beat. We'll see how it goes. You got 26 car, Kevin Zosiak. Hopefully we'll see him at the end of the race. It's going to be a good one for him. Michael Mesnar, 27. We interviewed him last week. Cool guy. And to his outside, William Owens starting 28th tonight. 29th will be Brendan Blinn, new driver, brand new, making his debut start. And to the outside, Rory Carlins rolls off 30th. The rest of your starters will be on the screen. You got Matthew Boston Wheeler there with Noah Woods. Got a long way to go to get to the front. Hunter Bogdan and Steve Benjamin round out your starters for today's race as we are now on the grid, ladies and gentlemen. Bryce Reiner and Kevin Zosiak will have to start from the back. They got a ways to go to get back to the front. But again, it's going to be one of my favorite races of the year, Martinsville. Tell me, Ron, we got 250 laps around here. It's going to be a long time. Stages after 60 and 120. 4 tire sets, 17x incident limit. Maybe it was also our producer wanted to put out there. Maybe if it's short, it won't be that bad. We'll find out, Ron. What do you think?
Well, the racetrack is short. Does that count? I think we're going to be treated to some fun. These drivers, obviously, it's Martinsville. They're going to be throwing the bare knuckle fists at one another. It may get ugly at certain periods of time, and we may have some drivers looking to throw punches at the end of this race. I mean, they can't do it because we are in iRacing, but that hasn't stopped people before. But looking forward to this, man. Kirk. It's going to be a treat here tonight as we see the field hand their way down the back straightaway. But that pace car going to be diving down pit lane next time around.
Yeah, I got to tell you, we got a highlight driver this week. I'd like y'all to keep your eye on Tim Phillips. He's starting in the 27 car. He's starting in the top 15. He's 11th today. I believe that car, he's not normally qualified up towards the front. He's normally a back marker, but on these short tracks, he's one of those that knows how to take care of his stuff. I think it's going to be hard to, do that consistently over the course of the run, but 27, I'm going to keep an eye on all week. Here we go from Martinsville, down the back straightaway for the final time before seeing that green flag drop. Heading down the back stretch, you got that pace car. He is going to, actually, no, we're going to stay out in the racetrack. One more run, I believe. They're not going to come down pit road quite yet. But again, the driver we want to keep an eye on is still going to be that 27, Tim Phillips. He's going to be I'm kind of rooting for him. He's kind of the underdog here. Everybody else in front of him, I expect to see in the top 10 at some point in this race. They're always going to be up here, running where they are. And it's awesome to see. But you got guys that are kind of making a splash this season. The 88 Daniel Wiles rookie. Another thing, I like looking at those drivers we don't normally see up front every week in and week out. Those are the folks that I like keeping an eye on. But then again, that's just me. We'll see how they do for the rest of this race. Let's watch and learn. Here we go. Down the back straightaway. Pace car is going to go ahead and make a hard left turn down into the pit road. There we go. And reach down, pull them belts tight one more time. Cameron Stone, Andrew Dyson on the front row, coming out of turn number 4 through that restart zone. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing from Darlington, boys. Martinsville. It's Martinsville. Golly, it's Martinsville. Let's go Martinsville. Where the hell are we, Ron?
We're in Martinsville. I think those fermented hot dog juices may have gone to both of our brains here. Yeah, trust me, I've been there and done that before, but it looks like Cameron Stone doing everything that he needs to do off of the jump as McWhorter clearing himself for third, too.
Oh, man, I feel so embarrassed. I'm sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to do that. My bad. Oh, man. That is pretty good, though. That's going to be a highlight reel. I've done it perfectly for the whole year and a half. That's the first time I ever screwed up where the hell we were. Oh, dang.
See, as I've said, I've done that before. Once I was doing a broadcast at a racetrack in Italy. I said the wrong track name, so we've all been there and done that. Quick little slip in the brain, but these drivers hoping not to have a slip up on the racetrack because we already get drivers getting so close to one another. Look at Tim Phillips really getting close to Blake Kluot. That's the battle for 12th at the moment here, Kirk. These drivers all not wasting any time at all to start battling with one another.
Yeah, I'm going to need some sort of beverage after that. But up front, Cameron Stone's got the lead. He's pulled down in front of Dyson. We got in single file up front. Oh, Hicksonball slid up the racetrack. He lost a bunch of spots in the 63 car. Drops back outside of top 5. Now the 22 is trying to look to his inside. He's in the wrong lane right now, going the wrong direction.
And dropping down a little bit side by side as Hicksonball tries to hold on to that spot. Got to take a quick look and a gander at how Hicksonball's race has gone. Now, although he is doing well in the points, it hasn't been a fantastic season for him, frankly. I mean, Hicksonball has struggled at some points. He's had the good speed, but sometimes it's just small little trip-ups like that that can eventually add up as we see him just go way deep into 3 and 4, lose that on some time as we see Dave Hoytsma going side by side with Ryan Von Henschel is heading down the backstretch off into 3 and 4 and overcooking it way too much.
Oh, it's fine. No damage. He just lost a bunch of spots, unfortunately.
That's a Christopher Bell line.
Hang on to it. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. We'll see how it goes there for the rest of this day. Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. You're starting to notice we're already single filing out throughout the field. And this is exactly what I was kind of expecting early on. We got the biggest spot I want to keep an eye on is the 2-car and Jeremy B. Brown. The 2-car, this little section here, they're running right now towards the back of the field, currently running 15th and 14th. But oh, there you go. He just spun him out. I told you it was going to happen. They looked like they were mad at each other. He rear-ended him, moved him out of the way. Still green, keeping it green as everybody checks up in front of him.
Yeah, one thing I gotta say about Ryan Von Henschel, it has been a hectic and frantic start to this season here for the driver of the number 2. But yeah, you can see he just got booted out of the way there. Boot Schoon Boogie, classic Martinsville maneuver.
Oh man, I love this track. Oh man, we got a car on pit road though. Something to mention. It looks like that might be Dave Hoytsma, currently coming down pit road, making an early stop. Not going to be a good start for the day. We'll see if it works. Oh, 74, Brian Workman get up out of the lane. He has to back off. He's fine now as they're side by side. The 2-car Von Henschel still stuck up on the outside line of Wesley Napier.
Yeah, and getting to the point that I was going to raise as we took a look at that replay of the moment with Von Henschel, it's fair to say that he has had a hectic start to the 2026 campaign, has had some drama break out in virtually every single race. Some of it of his own doing, others just wrong place at the wrong time. But I feel like if there's anybody throughout this field that may have not necessarily some enemies, but drivers who are not very much so looking forward to working with him, it could be the number 2. So he may have to be on his A game here tonight to keep an eye out for the drivers behind him, because they may try and ruffle up his feathers from time to time.
Man, I got to tell you, I'm looking back and I'm seeing this field as it is. I normally got a knack for seeing where the wreck's going to happen in Martinsville. That's just something I pride myself on. I'm looking at it right now. I think that there's approximately 3 spots. We just now had the leader go around a lap car. The new driver, Brendan Blinn, brand new driver to the series. He has a Thank You Veterans car on him in that 13 car. And he's the first car I've seen get lapped under green flag conditions. So this is only the beginning, folks. We might see some more as we continue to go, as he's still side by side with the 22.
Yeah, hope you're in the mood for some lap traffic, folks, because we're going to have to deal with it all throughout. We're going to have to deal with those broadcasters. These drivers are going to have to deal with it all throughout. Howie in the production truck mentioning a second being the pace difference here, which at most tracks, that wouldn't be too bad. If it was a road course, I mean, hey, you'd probably be running inside the top 10 or the top 5. But this is Martinsville. A second is that is forever and a day.
So it's actually one of the better starts I've seen at a Martinsville race. Gotta give that. Man, I love it. Look on board right there. He's going to the bottom, of course, through that corner. That is, of course, the driver of the 77, Seth Foudy. He has his girlfriend, I believe, or wife, or wife. Crash on the back straightaway. 77's facing the wrong direction. He's involved with the 13 car.
And right as we were talking about the drivers being clean, a stack up, and that's a very odd section for the cars to be stopped here. I think this incident was one of those Martinsville ones that just adds up and adds up over time. Let's see. Yeah, there was. Just cleared himself, heading out of the turn. Seth Foudy making contact with the lap car, and eventually they finally ground to a halt right before the turn in for 3 and 4.
Yeah, so in this case, I think it's a racing incident, because you got the 13 on the top. He's not clear yet, 77 comes up, makes contact, and that's how it happens. Normally as a lap car, you give them that room. When you're coming out the corner and you're going to be, you're off the pace, you give them the room. But in this case, you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. It doesn't mean that it's required. So definitely Seth's not going to be happy about that. He got involved in a wreck last week at Darlington. We are at Martinsville this week. It happened again. Got a little bit of damage. And now we are about to see if anyone decides to come down pit road for the first time. Nope, nobody wants to do it early up front. 13 cars, a lapper, 77, no doubt about it. They will come in. Anybody else thinking about it? I'm looking at the rest of the field. I think everybody's just going to stay out, and we're just going to have the two that were involved in that incident. And maybe others who were involved in incidents come down pit road. I don't even see anybody else choosing to go down as well. Except for Noah Woods also on pit road. One of my favorite things to mention about this track is that you could technically pit every single caution and go down here. If you had a 500-mile race, you could do it 100 times in the A Opens. But for this series, it's a lot more difficult. You don't get that much cautions. We're already on lap 20. We're already like a third of the way through the first stage. Right? That's gonna be pretty quick so far on the current pace. We got to get to lap 60. So that's a third of the way through on lap 20. Let's go ahead and see what the leader's going to be doing here. We might eventually start doing interviews during these caution periods, but these things are normally quick, so we got to hurry and grab them when we can. But up front, Stone, Dyson, top two, stayed that way the entire time. Benefield moved up a couple spots, and he's moved up now to 4th place from 6th. And we're going to watch that all day because this outside line is no man's land. You want to get to the bottom quickly as possible. Through turns 3 and 4. Going to get the green flag back underway here on lap 22 when they cross the stripe. It is going to be Cameron Stone in that restart zone. And we are back underway from Martinsville, folks. It's Martinsville.
And I know we're only about 22 laps into this race, Kirk, but I'm already really impressed by Cameron Stone in that 57 car. Off that restart, did everything that he needed to do, jumps out to the lead, going to hold on to it as McWhorter was able to muscle his way past Andrew Dyson in 3rd. Now, you outlined McWhorter maybe being a driver to keep our eyes on last week at Darlington. He's going to be quick here at Martinsville, and he has that dog in him, so he's going to be very aggressive throughout this race, I think.
We actually had a pass for position. You're right, McWhorter, just the guy you were talking about, moved up to 2nd place, right in front of Dyson. As behind them, they're still battling, jockeying for position. And you see Daniel Wiles, the rookie on the bottom, just going the wrong way. He's got Hicksonball and Kluot right on his tail on the top side, and they're rolling the top really well to the point where I think that 63 is going to clear the 88 that time by. Caution's out on the racetrack, though. We got a wreck going off of turn number 4, it looks like.
Yeah, it's Wheeler, Matthew Boston, Wheeler off. And let's take a look to see what happened to the driver, the number 10. Heads his way down the backstretch, 35. Kamikaze dive off into the turn. The classic old Martinsville lockup, and Matthew Boston Wheeler got to get sent around. Yeah, I'm good. This may be a leap of faith here, Kirk. I'll make it anyways. I'm not sure if the 10 is too big of a fan of the 35 car now.
Well, it's a start. Now, that's good. I like a little good argument. Why don't we see if we can't bring that 10 car in here, see what he has to say about it. That's one of my favorite things I'm going to be doing during this race. Anybody who gets, like, knocked out like that, I want to bring him in. Let's see if I can't find him in the chat. I can't see him. I don't see him in the chat. And he missed out.
And you know, I will say from a broadcaster's side, that would be an interest. Howie, quick question on the production side of things, because I've got to see a decent amount of your production setup. I don't know the whole intricate details. Do you have a sensor bleep ready?
I got one.
Yeah, we're hearing no. Yeah, got the Taco Bell. No, there we go. Fantastic on the info screen. That would be needed in the event of having a chat with some of these drivers who just got wrecked.
Now, I'm going to tell you, anytime that there's a wreck like that, if they are online in the chats, I'm going to bring them in tonight. That's how it's going to go.
Touche.
And I only want to do that because I know it's going to be entertaining as all hell. All right? I know for a fact. They know we can't really censor someone live. So, folks, your discretion is advised. That's the best way to do it. Oh man, all I know is it's going to be a fun one. I wish the 10 car. I wish he was in voice chat. We've been able to hear from him, but nah, he's not. What about the? Yeah, someone else will get wrecked, says our producer. Well, that's pretty good. Oh man, that's faith right there. We're gonna have clean and green at the end, right, guys? Oh, we're doubling up for a restart when they cross the stripe. We'll see what happens. That's for sure. Now. Obviously, this is going to be one of those restarts I like to keep my mind open with because it's early in the race. We just had 2 cautions, one right after the other. Now we're on lap 30. We are halfway through the first stage. And Stone has been dominating this so far, getting great jumps on the bottom, choosing the bottom for the restart zone, 73 on the top. They're warming up their tires side to side. That's just how they're going to do things. And this is the one track I think Cameron Stone loves to death. This guy's just so much faster than some folks here at this track when he has the lead. We'll see how if it's able to continue. McWhorter on the top side. We know it can roll. We'll see if he's able to make it roll through that restart zone. And we are on the gas, back underway.
Look at how close he got to the back bumper of Stone. He's maybe going to draw alongside as they head their way down the backstretch off into 3 and 4. This is a fight that we are expecting all throughout.
Oh, there goes Winslow, the Canadian. He's sideways in turns 3 and 4. He's making a huge move. Winslow in the 59 car had to lose. He lost a lot of spots there, saved the car, and he's not happy. Oh, he's into the outside wall in turn 1 again.
Oh, and Ryan Von Henschel setting him off, nearly gets hit by the 95 again as he heads his way off into turn number 1. Is it a double whammy? Oh, no, he just whammied himself. The rare self-whammy at Martinsville.
Yeah, I think we watched a little too much Anchorman. Oh, that's good, though. I like the reference. The worst end of that was for Tanner Marty. He got some front-end damage. It is falling back. And he's going to have to try and fix that damage, move towards the front. Side by side for position, though. Jacob Simpson, 71 on Truel on the outside, trying to make the outside line roll. And it looks like it might work for him. He got a good run that time because the inside got a wiggle. Now that 77, I think, might be able to make the pass on the top. 71 will make that pass on the top side. He will hang on to 5th.
As the field briefly got abducted by a UFO there for a second, these drivers keeping going out there on the racetrack. We're now past the halfway mark of this first stage already, so these drivers making rather good time, even with the other 2 yellows we have had thus far here for incident. Cameron Stone doing everything that he needs to do, not only holding on to the race lead, but making sure that Joseph McWhorter is kept at the very closest in arm's distance. Any closer, and he's got to be under some serious pressure.
A car up and out of the groove in the turn 1. I think that's Casey Graves in the 0-1, got up and out of the groove, and that is going to hinder his race a little bit more. Oh man, I just got to say, one of my favorite views of this whole track is just right on the middle of turns 1 and 2. You can see the whole track when you just park right there. You can see everybody driving around. It's such a great place to watch the race, right from this camera angle. That's the spot. If we zoom out, like have a zoom out a feature and just static instead of at the cars with the camera, you see everything. It's one of my favorite ways to look at this track. And you can start to notice that the field is still single file for the front, maybe 28 cars or so. And then you get towards the back of the field, and you don't see much of that. But remember, this is Martinsville. You close up on each other so much. The 88 of Daniel Wiles, for example, is pressuring the heck out of the 63 of Bryson Hixenbaugh. I think Daniel's got a good shot here to try and make the bottom line work to get by the 63. He's been showing the nose the last handful of laps, but the 63 rolls the top so much better. And see, he's just using that top lane and letting the 88 take the bottom. Very unique line.
Yeah, it's a fascinating line that Hixenbaugh is running, but it seems to work for him right now. He's trying to apply some pressure to the 22 of Jacob Simpson, who's gone off to a brilliant start this season. I want to commend Simpson and the performances that he has put on, but now he's got Bryson Hixenbaugh right on the inside of him, side by side as they head their way down the backstretch. A little bit of a wall tap there for Simpson, and Hixenbaugh going to get that spot pretty clean Jane there.
Quick move, quick driver, no doubt about it. You know, I'm looking at the field trying to look for problem spots. That's what I normally like to do. The 88 now is trying to look to the outside of the 22, trying to copy what the 63 did, but it's not working for him quite yet, as it looks like I'm seeing a battle for third place starting to brew a little bit. That's up there with Dyson and the 83 of Benefield. Benefield tried to make a move on that 41 a second ago. Look at this. He's running a slightly higher line. He's trying to get a run on the exit of one of these corners. He's running differently. He's not following in the tire tracks, and that's the only way you're going to be faster than the cars in front of you, is if you don't follow them in the same line. So he's trying to make it get a momentum change to where he can make it pass. As they're side by side right now with the 88 of Wiles, just a little bit further back. Looks like he is side by side with the is that Von Henschel in the 2? Oh no, that's not Von Henschel. Sorry, that's Wineland. My bad. They look very similar from afar.
And Wineland putting on a good drive right now in that machine, trying to make his way up the running order somewhat. It has been a torrid start for the 21 driver. We haven't seen too much consistency out of him yet, but we know the pace is certainly there, as we've still got Ryan Von Henschel right on the inside of him, and Wesley Napier looking to try and get a move done as well in case these two drivers potentially run into blows. We've got a massive train of cars right behind these drivers are going to look to try and pounce at any single opportunity. That's the big word here at Martinsville, opportunity. You see the opportunity to maybe give a bump and run, you're going to take it. You see an opportunity to get a move done, you're going to go for it. Maybe the opportunity to go for an off-the-wall wacky strategy as the chaos goes on throughout this race, you're going to take it. So right now with these two kind of tempered in their battle, not going side by side nearly as often as they were a matter of a few moments ago, it's going to close that door in terms of opportunity for the racers right behind.
88, you got the 22 and the 88 has been going at it for the last 5 laps. They got side by side, same as the 63 of Hicksonball and the 71, just in front of this two. They're side by side right now off turn number 2, just a couple cars up front. That's the 71 and the 63. 63 is moving up yet another spot on the outside line. He's passing cars on the top lane at Martinsville. Oh, there's Bogdan right there, sitting sideways in turns 1 and 2. Hunter Bogdan. That's one hell of a graphic. We'll see that more tomorrow. But Hunter Bogdan.
That's gonna be bad.
Let's take a look and see what happened to the
flashbacks.
83. 86.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened to him.
Oh, he was already all kinds of screwed up, heading his way out of 4, and yeah, just loses control. I wonder, was that just a continue? Did he have like a sideways snap heading his way out of the turn and just overcooked the tires? Yeah, you can see. I was wondering what the deal was, whether the wheels were just bolted on sideways or what, but no, I think Bogdan just overheated the daylights out of those tires, and as he headed his way out of the turn, it was just going to catch up. Just goosed up the throttle a little bit too much. These tires need some love and care, and if you can't give that to them, they will kill you.
Yeah, I got to give him some props, though. He locked it down. He stayed on a racetrack. He knew more cars were coming. He waited for the whole field to go by, and then he moved. And when that happened, it worked out for him. We saw last week he had a problem where he was told to back up. He backed up right when he was told, and then oncoming traffic came by, and he hit second place at the time, Jonathan Delaney, who is not racing here tonight. But that happened last week. It took him out of the race. And he beat himself up pretty bad over that. But the good news is here for him, if there is any, I'd say that he did a great job of holding the car down. And he did exactly what you should do when you make a mistake like that. So give him some props for that. Unfortunately, going the wrong direction, but that's all right. We'll see if that Hunter Bogdan machine is able to, maybe recover from this. Maybe be able to hold on to a top 20 today. I think that'd be a good goal for him. He's still a rookie, still new to this thing. And, he's likable. He is. He just made a couple mistakes in the past, and we'll see if he's able to recover from it.
Yeah, and although we feel like we're already making storming progress throughout the season, which, we have, we're in week 7 already out of 33, we're still in the early days of this season. Many of these drivers early on in their time here in this series, just looking to find their footing, and we have had a tough start to this campaign. Not really too many tracks that he can label easy by any means. Certainly Martinsville probably up towards the top of the list, at least in terms of traditional ovals, are just a massive massive thorn in the side for these racers as we come to the restart once more, this time with less than 10 to go in the stage.
Going to be one of those things I'm excited to watch for sure. You don't get a chance to see these restart. Oh, we're back underway. Taking a look at the live screen. Sorry, I was looking a little bit further back. You take a look right here up front. Again, the 57 leading this thing, but Dyson wants that second place spot back, and he wants it bad.
And he is going to fight like hell to try and jump into that spot. A driver who usually runs full-time in the Cup Series. He's put in some incredible results here in these O'Reilly cars in the Friday Night Lights Series. He's looking to get some experience for Saturday and have some fun in the process and maybe go trophy hunting too. They're still side-by-side across the stripe, heading into 1 and 2. McWhorter looking to find any way in the book to hold on to that spot on the high side. Dyson, though, he has the upper hand. He has the spot that any racer trying to get a move done at Martinsville wants to be in. Adam Benefield, meanwhile, has the best seat in the house right behind these two, looking at the bare-knuckle fist being broken out.
Side by side for the most of the top 10, actually. I'm looking there. You got battles with Hicksonball, Truel. You got Simpson and Kluwak going at it. And, of course, sitting there in the second place, still side by side, McWhorter and Dyson still going at it as they continue to head into turn number 1 here on lap 56. We're coming to the end of the stage here very shortly. We got about 4 laps to finish out the stage, and they got to try and get to the top 10 spots. That's what it's all about right now. Everybody else is in survival mode. You'll make it to the end of the stage as long as you don't crash. But up front, again, still side by side for second. Dyson wants it. McWhorter's got it right now, and it looks like McWhorter is probably going to be able to take that spot away, maybe. Going off the corner, will he get the run? He's got it a little bit, but is he enough to clear? I don't think so. Still going to be side by side. Look at that. Benefield now tries the outside line, trying to follow the 73 through.
And although the drivers outside of the top 10 with no hope of getting stage points are just looking to stay alive, these drivers are feeling alive in their own side-by-side fights. Benefield with championship aspirations trying to break his way up another spot. It may not seem like much, and at this point in the season, it really isn't. But come time a little bit later on this campaign, these small little bits of stage points, 1 point, can make a world of difference. Benefield looking to hold on to that points lead as Stone looking to hold on to that race lead and seal the deal here with stage 1 as Dyson nearly gets turned off the front of the 71.
71 slid up the hill, but we're coming to the white flag into stage number 1. One more lap around for stage number 1. Cameron Stone's been dominant, led every single lap, had every single moment of this stage under his control. He's going through turns 3 and 4 right now, as it looks like he's going to take the stage win when they cross the stripe, but side by side for Kluwak, and it looks like it's going to be close for that. Same thing with Truel. It looks like Truel will get Hicksonball, and Kluwak will barely hang on to the spot over Cliff Mullins, who will get 10th place. Take a look at your top 10 finishers here on your screen here shortly. It is Stone, McWhorter, Benefield, Dyson, Wiles, Truel, Hicksonball, Simpson, Kluwak, and Cliff Mullins. Your top 10 after 60 laps in the old Dominion 250.
That's a very good result for Mullins at the end of that stage. I want to give some love to him. Don't usually see him grabbing stage points, but there we go. Fantastic results.
You know what? Tell you what. Let's talk to him. Why not? Let me bring him up here. Cliff Mullins, Kirk Mills in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm sorry, you're on pit road. I'll let you get your pit stall. I'm sorry, I forgot about this part.
No, we're good.
You sure? You okay?
Yeah.
All right. In that case, man, gotta say, you got your first stage points, I think, of the year. Might have had some at the super speedways, not entirely sure, but this is your first 10th place finish in the stage. How's it feel, man? How's the car handling?
Car's real good. I've been working on it all week. This has been one of the races that I had circled, ready to run it. So I'm glad we got a good piece here, and it's pretty good on a long run. So I'm feeling good about how we're going to finish. All
right, Cliff. Well done. Try to stay under that pit road speed limit. You got, looks like right in front of Von Henschel, I should say. You got that 44 car up on rails this week. Last handful of weeks, may not have been as successful, but I got to say right now, it looks like you're doing really well, and we're rooting for you. Try and get a good top 5. How do you feel your rest of your day is going to go so far? What's your hope and dream for today?
If we keep it in one piece, I know how these races usually go. I think we got a shot at a top 5, at least top 10. If I can come out with a top 10, I'll be happy with that. But I feel like we got top 5 pace, and maybe we can, if we play the cards right and get the race to go the way we want it to, maybe we can get up there and do something with it.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for reaching out and chatting with us. And is there anything else that you want to let the folks know at home before we send you back to your chat?
44 going to the front.
44 going to the front. I love it, man. Love the confidence. And you were in Lunar, right?
Yep.
All right, I'll get you right back to your team. Thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves quite the quink-dink. Noah Woods and Henry Kalhoff have decided to stay out, and they are going to go on 16. Well, one of them, Henry, is a new driver, brand new to the series. 65-lap-old tires in the lead. Noah Woods, 16-lap-old tires. Cameron Stone's got a little ways to go. Here we go. Watch this restart zone. It's going to get nasty. Under the way, good jump for the 91. He's going to clear. Noah Woods missed a shift. He's going to be 3 wide with Hickson ball. He's making contact with Dyson. Dyson goes out wide, and that 91 has the lead for a short while, and it looks like Stone's going to try and dive it down to the bottom to make a pass for the lead. Still 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Holy cow, look out, Dyson's way up there to the line. Stone leads that lap, barely, but Kalhoff's not out of this yet. He made contact with the 73 now. And they're wrecking in turns 1 and 2. The 42 of Lowry's facing the wrong way. Tanner Marty gets involved. Seth Fowdy's involved. They're wrecking. One of them's in the infield.
Yeah, pulled off to the infield care center already. The yellow out once again here in this race. That seemed like the classic Martinsville stack up as they headed their way off through the turn. Let's take a look at this here. Yeah, already losing as Mason Lowry and drivers just piling in. Nowhere to go. That train derailing, and there's a driver pulling off into the infield, as you said.
Yeah, man, that was not very common. You don't get to see folks go into that little hole quite often. Oh, man. You know what? Let's take a look and see what caused that incident, and I'll see if we can't talk to him. Oh, no, not quite. That was not an intentional or no contact caused that. That was the car getting loose. If that's the case, I don't talk to him. It's just an accident, mistake. But it wasn't any beef, so ain't worth hearing from at this time. But yeah, hopefully he'll be able to recover from that.
And you know, Kirk, I will say, as we are under this yell, I won't bring this up. I was going to say it right before we got that restart, but cautions go quick here at Martinsville. An incredibly bold call that we saw there from the newcomer, Henry Kalhoff, staying out throughout the entirety of this race on 65-lap-old tires when that restart came around. I think he was hoping a nice little cocktail of fortune favoring the bold and beginner's luck working out well. It certainly worked out in his favor compared to the driver who was right next to him on that front row for the restart. Noah Woods just looked like a chicken running on an ice skating rink.
Yeah, he started at the back of the field. It's hard to get track position here unless you use some sort of pitch strategy. So these guys tried that. It worked out for him for a little while. And no, to be honest with you, it actually worked out with them pretty dang well. The only one that, the only issue now is that 91 chose to go down pit road this time. So he's going straight back to the back again. And the driver of the 59, the Noah Woods machine is staying out. He's going to restart again up towards the front, currently sitting in 5th place. So going from the back to 5th, I mean, I call that a positive.
Yeah, I would say that just a little chirp of the tires as he came towards the restart zone. We could call that a slight derailment instead of being a full derailment here. So he's restarting inside the top 5. I think has a very good shot to do well here. Seeing whether or not splitting the stage will be a viable strategy option tonight here, Kirk.
We got a little bit of an issue I want to make sure folks are aware of. The 83, starting on the outside line, Benefiel has a little bit of a blinking problem through turns 1 and 2 that last time by. We'll see if that continues. As the rest of the field heads through turns 3 and 4, getting ready for the restart. Stone on the point. Look out for the rest of the cars behind. Here we go through that restart zone, back underway. As they head in turn 1, look at McWhorter all over the back bumper to 57 this time. He's into the back bumper. He's trying to move him up the racetrack.
And already the Bootscoon Boogie attempted there. Benefield
worked.
Oh,
He moved him out of the groove. Come on, man. Keep it going. Come on. Keep digging. Wow, that was a heck of a hanging on to the car for the 57. He got a shot from the back of the McWhorter there in the 73, and he wants to spot. He wants to lead bad, 73 does. He wants to try and challenge Stone, but I think he's starting to fall back a little too far. No, Stone slides up the track a little. I don't think he's going to get there again, but I think he's going to remember that bump if Stone's behind the 73 at some point. Oh, golly, 71. Troll, there goes the 22 with Simpson around. Check up from up in front of him, sends the 22 facing the wrong way in turns 1 and 2. Caution will be coming out. Sitting the wrong way, 22. Jacob Simpson, take a look. Let's see what happened. You'll see 71.
Contact. Oh, no.
Is that the third caution I think that 2 cars been involved in tonight, Ron?
I fear so. Certainly the second, maybe the third. Are those teammates as well?
Well, I don't think it was on purpose.
They'd be teammates.
It wasn't on purpose there. He was trying to avoid the checking up 71, and when he did, he just got up into the outside of the 22 and sent him back. Here's the bump for the lead that happened. Keep an eye on this. Watch this, right into the corner. Well, pow, shot him up the hill. I love it. And it didn't really do much. Didn't loosen him up at all, really. And Benefield being there made that a lot more difficult for the 73. But they're teammates. 57 and the 83, they like each other. They're working together. Same thing. You look at the 88 Wiles. He's driving for the same team. You see a lot of Team Conti Sim Performance cars up towards the front. You got Stone. You got Benefield, Wiles, Hicksonball, Woods. All these guys. It might not be Woods. I got to triple check on that one. But you'll see the cars on the front of the hood have the logo for their team quite often. As it looks like down pit road, the only cars I'm seeing is Jeremy B. Brown, Hunsinger, who was involved in that wreck last time by, not this caution, but the last caution. And it looks like Jeremy B. Brown with Jacob Simpson also on pit road. Simpson's trying to stay on the lead lap. It looks like he will barely. And yes, he will, just barely.
So now under another yellow here, Kirk, I wonder, how are these yellows helping / hurting these drivers? You know, probably helping them in the sense that they aren't being as exhausted as you would be if you're running the entirety of these 77 laps green. But it's still a little bit tedious running under yellow as long as these racers have. It's doing wonders in terms of driver fatigue. They're not really feeling as tired as they would be. But in terms of like driver frustration and like little bit of anxiety with restart after restart, I feel like it's got to be soaring through the roof already.
Anxiety is going to be through the roof. Yeah, I think anger is going to be number one thing I want to keep an eye on, because eventually I want to see some fighting. We're going to, if you're ever, I think that one of these days I got to do a motor coach review where we show what it's like for all the drivers yelling at each other in the pit road after the race. It's really kind of fun. Here we go, out of turn number 4, another restart, lap 78. Let's see what happens through that restart zone. We are back underway. We're going to lap 120. Outside line for the 73. He's there. He's going to be to the outside of the lead right now. Side by side for the lead. Here comes McWhorter on the top. First time we've seen the 73 out on the outside with the leader. That time he got cleared, but now 73 is going to try and go into the corner, but the 83 dives it in deep to stop him from dive bombing.
And you got to think about Benefield and McWhorter. They have a little bit of history here in this series. It was a bit of a bump that allowed McWhorter to grab his first of 2 wins last season at Pocono, and it was done to the back of the 83. So these two rather familiar with one another out there on the racetrack. The Team Conti car on the inside, the Outlier speed car of McWhorter side by side still as they head their way down the backstretch. Benefield may have gone to the back bumper of him, but they are still side by side. I thought he was going to clear himself. He did not. Now they finally do as they head their way out of 4.
Got to give some credit to McWhorter. He's the first car in the top 5 that I see that's probably running a setup that's not from Conti Sim Performance. So got to give him some credit for that. It's not very common you can see that. He's running second right now. And at Martinsville, that's saying something. This is one of the best tracks for Conti, I believe, is this type of track where it's a short mile and a half, paperclip. They just seem to have the car set up perfectly here. But 73, showing he's got some fight, as we got a side-by-side battle right there on your screen. You can see right there Noah Woods on the outside trying to clear Clue. Oh, here's Kluot, 71 of Truel as well. Trying to move up, that's clear. Truel moving up an extra spot.
Yeah, I gotta feel bad for our producer having to be like a chameleon looking at 16 different things at once, juggling chainsaws in the production truck as these drivers juggling chainsaws too behind the wheel of their race cars. Your leader of Stone starting to pull away just a teeny tiny bit. I think McCorder is more worried about keeping Benefiel at tow and the rest of the field behind him as well than he is about launching another charge on Stone.
Sorry, we had a huge checkup moment out of the corner in the back of the field in turns 1 and 2. They saved the cars. No need to look at it. It's all right. We got it taken care of. It was at 31. Good eye. But for now, it's fine. Up towards the... Oh, no, they're wrecking on the front stretch right here. Cars hitting the outside wall. Bogdan's involved. Huge crash on the front straightaway. 3 cars currently facing the wrong direction. There you go. 86 of Bogdan. Let's take a look and see what happened this time. Oh, nope. I think that was Bogdan there. And the 13 rookie first start of the year for that car just didn't get on the brakes quick enough. 86 came down off the wall slightly. It was a little bit, but I think it was because he was spinning the rears and kind of just chased it down. And that's where the contact happened. It wasn't intentional at all, but dang. Still a learning experience for that 68, the 86, I should say. We'll see if he's able to... I mean, he's just got to take a second to calm down, I think, really. And understand these mistakes happen. Don't quit. Keep it going. He's got this.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think both parties kind of contributed to that. The 86 and the 42 kind of played a role in that incident taking place, but it's Martinsville. If you don't like the physicality of the racing here, then you should probably start watching golf.
Golf?
Golf.
I hate that word. Golf. It just sounds like you're swallowing the word golf.
See, let me see if I can golf. No, that sounds even worse.
Yeah,
see, I guess it's my Philly speak. It is it's a goofy word, golf.
I'm a goofy goober. Putting that on a quote.
Rock.
There you go. Yeah, rock.
See here,
or Stone. He's in the lead. There he is.
Yeah,
there you go.
And you know what they usually say in golf when they scream 4 right before they, I nearly said pitch. You can tell that I just watched the Phillies home opener yesterday here in the city of Philadelphia. No, but you know how they usually say 4 right before the swing at the ball? Cameron Stone has got the 5 there, and the 57. It reminds me of the time that my dad was driving me around. This is back in like 2020. We drove past a golf course, rolled down the window, and screamed 5 as we drove past a country club's golf course. I'm not sure if they took too happy to that.
We got him delayed green right here. So we're going to go another lap, it looks like, waiting for these lappers to catch back up, double file them up, making sure all the cars catch up to the back of the field. And, I just went back and took a look at the beginning of this start of the race, where we had the boogies, and man, I still cringe. We're on lap 90, and I still can't get over that. That was wild, man. We are at Martinsville, Ron.
See, I cringe at 98% of the commentary that I give. So if that's the only bit of commentary you look back on for yourself and cringe, you're batting 1,000, my friend. I am batting about 6.
Oh man, I found it charming. Thank you so much there, Howie. I'm going to continue to be weird. All right, here we go. Pace car is going to go ahead and dive down the pit road. Again, we're trying to get the lap 120. That's the goal, 120. I think that's pretty dang good right there. And just one lap off of Johnny Stein's age. Let's go with that obscure reference. Here we go out of turn number 4. And back on the gas. Here we go into turn number 1. Stone got a good jump, but Wiles does not. He had a huge checkup on the bottom lane.
Steins. Wasn't that the guy who played Grandpa Munster? Side by side between McWhorter and Benefiel. McWhorter's trying to rip it on the high side, but Benefiel, oh, he got mega wiggly there on the inside. I do not have a good feeling about those two going side by side. I'll be honest here, Kirk. I really don't.
Yep, nope, not at all. They don't like each other. We got a 3 wide back in the back of the field. 44 Cliff Mullins had a 3 wide moment. They saved the car. They didn't hit each other. Good driving from those folks. Oh, contact 41 trying to push the 71, I believe, Truel on the outside line past the 88. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it this time, but that's the first battle on the field right now for 5th place.
Lewis. Hicksonball, we brought on board with him right now. We saw him have that small little trip up in the early stages of this race, but he's since bounced back. He's been able to put on a rousing drive back up towards the front. Is this the day that Hicksonball finally breaks through? At this point in the 20, oh golly, they are 3 wide.
Hang on to it, hang on to it. Don't hit nobody. Graves going backwards. Hang on to it. I think I've seen Graves up in that 3rd lane more than any other car. He's been forced 3 wide too many times. I mean, I'd be ticked off if I were him. I keep getting moved up out of the way. But, you know, I want to quickly say Cameron Stone has been dominant today. 100 laps in, led every lap. Guys just, well, not every lap. He missed a couple because they had a car stay out instead of going down pit road for a restart. But I think he led every lap except for those under caution. Wow. Great job. He's driving away from second too. It's not like he's being pressured. At Martinsville, this is considered a good car where you have no one right on your tail feather, right? You just are able to move. And the 73 can't do anything about it. Everybody else still, I'm seeing the 56 and Noah Woods going 3 wide on the exit of turn 2. Had to get off the gas. Oh, huge checkup back in the field here. These guys are just stacking up.
Side by side. That's actually a 6-pack of race cars as they had their way down the start-finish stretch into 1 and 2. Side by side, and side by side. Once again, the 10 looking to battle with the 56. These two have been in the woods so far here in this race as Matthew Boston Wheeler on the inside of Noah Woods. Pun most certainly intended there. They've had a rough race, the two of them. Saw that 56 trying to split the stage and just hasn't worked out in his favor. Really started with that bad restart to get stage 2 up and rolling and just snowballed out of control from there. He's looking to desperately jump his way up into P17, but on the outside, that's a tough ask. He just made it work though, so Noah Woods clearly saw us a little bit of bite back in that 56 as the fight right behind between Foudy and Marty is still on.
Yeah, it's a fast car. He just didn't qualify, so he had to start from the back. Made a mistake in qualifying if he did. Crashed it off of turn number 4. It looks like, huge crash. Multiple cars stopped in turns 4. It's a 21 of Eric Wineland facing the wrong direction. Caution's going to come out. It looked like everybody had to scatter all over the racetrack to avoid this. Look at this. Wesley Napier diving it in deep. And he turned him. Oh, no. Oh, no. And everybody else trying to scatter, check up. We're going to talk to Wineland, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring Wineland in here, see what he has to say. This is the first one I get to actually use. He's down in Stealth Racing. Let's see if we can't bring him up here to our broadcast booth. Let's get a camera on him, too, if we can. Eric Wineland, Kirk Mills in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Kirk.
Man, you got taken out by Napier. What happened? What's your thoughts on the matter?
It's the second time tonight that he's dove it into my inside. I guess I should learn better. He jumped on the radio and said he apologized, but at the same time, we're only not even 100 laps into the race there. So just impatience, man. It's pretty frustrating.
I hear you loud and clear, Wineland. Thanks for coming and talking with us. Just wanted to get your side of the story. Anything you want to shout out before we send you back to your chat?
No, thanks for Jake Nichols for painting a great car last week for the throwback, and back here again for the drafty car 21 every week otherwise. So probably going to go a lot down here fixing damage, but we'll get after it, Kirk.
Well, I want to see you back up front by the end of this race. You hear me, Wineland? You can do it. I know you can.
10-4. I need you out here. I need a car to chase.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, man, I missed that little partnership. All right, man. We'll see you back over there with Stealth. I'll send you back over to Stealth, all right?
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Kirk and
Thanks.
Howie and Ron.
Yeah, thank you, man. All right, now let's get the other side of the story. Wesley Napier, if we can. 95, we got a little bit of time. Let's get Wesley Napier in here, get the other side of the story. Is he on lot? Is he in here? I don't see him. Oh, no.
He's in witness protection.
Witness protection. No, he's not in the chat. EPI, let's see. EPI. Oh, there he is. He's under a different number there. All right, let's see if we can't bring him in here. EPI. Okay. Wesley Napier, Kirk in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a truck somewhere. Where am I?
Hey, this is Kirk in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey,
We got a
what's
little
going
bit
on?
of time. Hey, man, we just want to talk to you. Get your side of the story. What happened there?
I screwed up. I got to his finally got a run on him. Got to his inside, and I hit the curb going into going into 3, trying to give him room. And I screwed up. It was me.
All right. Well, I just wanted to check and see your side of the story. Anyway, man, I know you got to restart. Wish you the best of luck out there. I'll get you back to EPI.
Thank you.
That was 95 Wesley Napier. We're back underway. Just barely had enough time to get that interview in. We've heard from both drivers under that last caution. Oh, huge checkup on a front stretch. Hang on to it, guys. No wrecking yet. Oh, look at this. McWhorter's got to the outside line again. He's going to try to go for the lead. Into turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I should say. He's on the door. He's going to be there. This is for the lead spot if he's able to hang on. He's not clear, not clear. He ain't over yet. We got side-by-side battle for the lead for the first time today.
Yeah, that was a close shave right there. They're still making contact, scraping each other off through 1 and 2, side by side. Stone and McWhorter chasing each other's tails as Benefield waited for each other to chase each other up into the wall.
Oh, hang on to it, guys. Still side by side. Is that going to be that time by Stone? Led that lap barely, not by much. But 73 still there on the outside trying to make it work. This is the first time we've seen any challenge for the lead all day long. Now it's side by side. I think McWhorter's going to be your best shot between these two. And 57 keeps doing this cool diamond line, and it's the only reason that they're still hanging on to it. Oh, man, it's good. That's the first lap McWhorter's led all day. He led that lap that time. But now we got a challenge up front. 83 sitting in the wings hoping for a mistake.
And as he has been throughout this race, again, the best view in the house as you are here on this broadcast. Stone having to hang on to it as he's going to fall back. Now Benefield stuck on the outside of him. Hunsinger coming into the pits, but never mind that. We got 3 cars covered by nothing, making a little bit of contact once again out of 2.
Heck yeah, hang on to it. Oh, he's going to get a bumper here. Be careful. That looks like he's clear. Joseph McWhorter has got the lead away. First time today we've seen that 73 up in the front. And now he is trying to run away from the 2 Conti cars right behind him. Contact between the Conti cars, that's going to help him out a little bit. And side by side behind them as well, you got Dyson side by side with the 71 of Truel. This is just a great battle up front.
Now, at this point, what Joseph McWhorter needs to do is take that race lead, take that torch, and run away with it. We've seen that he's quick in the short run. In the medium to long run, though, he hasn't had the leg up. However, he does have a benefit. We are getting to the end of this stage, racing to the end of lap 120. We're not too far away from it, so McWhorter, he just needs to try and drive away, but he's got his rival of Adam Benefield right behind. That's going to get very dicey for a stage win.
He moved him. He got into his quarter panel. He's almost wrecked him. Hang on to it, buddy. Come on. Hang on. Oh, there he goes. Teammates take each other out. 83 at Benefield. Cameron Stone up in the outside wall. Caution's going to come out.
And that was a red mist descending on that pack. Let's take a look at here. And their way down the back straightaway. This was the calm before the storm. There's the tap. That's the prelude. Another tap there. 73 already feels like his cage is getting rattled. And then here he goes and off into turn number 1. 73 looks like he wheel hopped it a little bit. The 83, slight little nudge coming out of the turn, fires him up. Doesn't work out and loses the 83. A bit of momentum in the 57. Trying to fill that hole. Ends up spinning him around.
That is wild. Yeah, we're going to have to... man, that was awesome racing. Oh, man, I know this is going to sound weird, but let's see. Let's see if we can talk to the 83 to start with, Adam Benefield. Let's see if we can. He's on a racetrack? Yep, we can do that. All right, hang on. Adam Benefield, Kirk in the booth. You got a copy?
All right now.
Not right now? Okay, we'll send you back. Let's see if I can figure out how to get you back. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, he is not in a good mood. He is not. He doesn't. Oh, Conti, Team Conti. He was the rest of the Conti guys, which is Ace Moneymaker. I'll move him down. I'll move him down. Ace Moneymaker. Where'd he go? Let's see.
I dropped him down to Team Conti. There we go.
No, not Conti. Let's move him out to Moneymaker.
There we go.
Oh, good. Oh, damn. Man, I have never heard more anger in my life, like in a casual word saying not right now. Dude, he is pissed. I guarantee his teammate ain't going to want to talk either. I guarantee he ain't going to want to say a word. All right. We'll hold off on talking to Conti guys right now. They're kind of having a team meeting. Let's go with that, Ron. Holy crap. You know, just to help ease the tension. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. That was. Hang on.
It's sad. They're going to come back.
Yeah,
You're good, Ron. They're good.
There we go. We're losing.
All right.
We got to restart. I don't have a good feeling about it. This is going to be when the knives come out. And this is for the stage 2 win. This is even for the race win. We're not even at the halfway mark yet.
Yeah, we're gonna come to the line to get 2 to go in the stage. Ain't over yet. There's gonna be a fight. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Benefield's on the top line. He didn't want to talk to us. He's gonna try and take the win of this stage out of the way. He races angry. He races good. Here we go. Restart. Look at that. Hunter Truel comes out of nowhere. P2 right now. Gonna go for a stage win in the turn number 1 and 2 for the first time. Side by side for second. Benefield on the top. Trying to make top line roll. Not going to work that time. Coming to give it 1 more to go. 1 more lap around for McWhorter to take the stage win. Still side by side for second. As take a look right behind him, Henry Kalhoff making his season debut, running for a top 5 spot with Daniel Wiles. Awesome, 2 rookies side by side. But coming through the final corners, it looks like the 73 of McWhorter is going to come to the line, and he's going to take the stage win. But it will be Benefield, Truel, Wiles, and then Kalhoff. Mullins with a 6th place finish. Casey Graves right behind them in 7th. Winslow in 8th. Von Hinchel in 9th. And Wesley Napier, wow, comes back to get in 10th. What a finish. And a lot of guys you don't expect to see in the front of the stage there that time, because all the leaders chose to go down pit road right before that caution came out.
Yeah, so nice to see some rookies getting some fantastic results there at the end of stage number 2. I'll be honest, folks, I'm still trying to get my bearings straight after that last yellow. But, hey, we got ourselves the field coming down pit lane here, Kirk. Now, we're still probably going to see another pit stop between now and the checkered, but this is a rather big pit stop, too, regardless, to hit the ground running in the final stage.
Let's see if we can't bring up that 73 driver who just won that stage, Hunter Truel. 73, Joseph McWhorter. Let's see if we move him up. Yeah, there we go. I'm saying the wrong things today. I think I might be on something. Here we go. Let's see if we can't bring him up here.
I wish I was.
Joseph McWhorter, Kirk Mills in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I know you're on pit road. I'll wait until you get to the green cone and finish asking the question, so you don't need to worry about replying quite yet until you're good. But you won the stage, man. You had a hell of a pass for the lead on the outside, got the job done. How's it feel? And also, what'd you think about that chaos right behind you when that all went down?
It's just bittersweet. Man, it's been a real tough week this week. I really want to go out here and get a win tonight. You know, we had somebody pass away. My fiance's mom passed away Wednesday, so I'm just.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to go down without a fight. I can tell you that much tonight. I want this more than anything. She watched every one of our races. She got to be a part of a really big moment for the championship right after losing her mom last year, right before Phoenix. So it's just, I'm really pushing hard. I mean, we've been really fast. Outlier Speedco, they've put together such an amazing car tonight, and if we can just get some clean flagger laps, I think we can put this together.
All right, my man. Well, thanks so much for talking with us, and my condolences to you and your family. Our condolences from everybody in the booth. Again, thanks so much for talking with us, and we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the race here tonight, okay?
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Love you guys.
No worries, buddy. Love you too. We'll see you back. There you go. Anytime someone says that in a racing chat, I say it right back. Doesn't matter. That's how it works. Here we go. We ain't over yet. Take a look. Cal Hoff taking the lead again. He finished great at the end of the last stage. Why quit now? You got Cameron Stone. He's back up in second place. And then, of course, you got Jeremy B. Brown also on the outside in the 07. This is going to be a chaotic restart. Be ready for it, folks. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Through that restart zone. Great jump for the 91. Great jump, actually. Fantastic one. Going into the corner. Stone trying the outside roll. It looks like it might work. Yep, he's going to carry the momentum, and now Hicksonball tries to follow him through on the top side.
I gotta commend the bravery of the newcomer in that 91 machine, staying at twice now, as that was a wiggle. I nearly just saw that driver's light flash before my very eyes here, I'll be honest. I think that was that the 31 there that was mega sideways? Actually, no, I believe it was William Owens in the 30. My apologies there. Side by side between Brown and Cal Hoff. He's still holding on to his spot inside the top 5, but he's starting to drop down a little bit. Now he's got some real tough customers around him. Still has Brown on the inside line, has Seth Foudy and Blake Kluad right behind him. All carnage breaking loose as that 83 of Benefiel now right behind McWhorter in that battle for 8th. That could get spicy.
Oh, they're going to be 4 wide on the front straightaway. Hang on to it. Got Noah Woods back there. Napier getting involved there. They say hang on to the car. Wow. I just saw them almost go 4 wide going into turn number 1. I can't believe they hung on to the race cars. Oh, man. Up front, top 4, single file, but side by side, Dyson's trying to make the inside line work on the 91. 91's doing a great job of keeping his spot over the course of these old tires. But look at that McWhorter who won the stage, trying to move his way forward again. And, wow, man, I'm going to reiterate, folks, the folks that are over there in, the 83's camp, he is not happy. No doubt about it. I still can't get over that whole interview deal. That was wild. I've never had a driver ever in my time doing this say, not right now. However, I appreciate the way he said it. He didn't say anything rude. He didn't say anything mean. He just said, not right now. Makes sense. He's obviously mad, dealing with it. And it was a wild thing.
Yeah, that's one thing that we could say about the 83 of Adam Benefiel. He is always a man that wears his emotions on his sleeve. And as broadcasters, we enjoy that, even in moments like that. As we see Wesley Napier get sent off into turn number 1 and 2. That's a 31 that gave him a bump. It allowed the 30 to draw alongside. And then Wesley Napier then at that moment heading down the backstretch into 3 and 4. He hit 88 miles an hour and got sent off into the Neolithic period. Speaking of the 88, here's Daniel Wiles.
That was one heck of a statement. I didn't even know that was a period. All right, cool. Seth Foudy on the inside of the 91 trying to make a move on that car with a little older tires. Looks like it might work out for him. Cal Hoff, though, really impressing me with his first career start in the Friday Night Lights series. That car is just able to compete well. If he had fresh tires, I think if he had track position and fresh tires, he might be someone to compete with.
You know, we've got some strong contenders throughout this field. I will say the 57 of Cameron Stone still my favorite for a race win, but in terms of fighting for a top 10, there's been a lot of racers who've been able to bring the thunder thus far here tonight.
Jeremy B. Brown. Oh, wrecking off turn number 4, Bogdan. Third time for today, and Von Henschel gets a DQ. Let's see what happened here tonight. First DQ of the night for Von Henschel. Bogdan on the inside, overcooked it, and just got loose right in front of Matthew Boston Wheeler. 3 cars, and that will do it. Overcooked the entry, it looks like there. He was having a good exit here, racing with Matthew Boston Wheeler. But coming through that corner in 3 and 4, he just overdrove it. He's wheel hopping it is what that is. 2-car tried to avoid it, just makes contact, and now Von Henschel's out of the race.
Yeah, I feel bad for that O2. You know, throughout the season, there have been some incidents that he's been involved in, but I think that's probably now his third disqualification here this season. I think it happened at Atlanta, may have happened at Darlington last time out, and it just happened here at Martinsville. He's never the one responsible for the incident that puts him over that incident point limits. It's a matter of that falling anvil coming down, you know. It's rubbing not even salt into the wounds, like rubbing arsenic into already open gashes.
I don't know nothing about that. Nothing at all. I don't deal with arsenic on a daily basis, Ron.
And you know, a man grows. Got some driver coming down pit lane right now, including Andrew Dyson. Well, I wonder what these drivers are cooking here with 112 laps left to go. Are they going to cook enough for those Martinsville hot dog chefs to be happy about them, or is this going to be something that burns down the kitchen?
No, you got a point, though. I don't understand why the 41 of Dyson's down on pit road. Like, I don't think now's a good time to go down pit road. He's trying something different. Got to give him credit for that. But this is going to be one of those races that exactly what I wanted to see is happening. When I started this race, I knew there was going to be a little bit of fighting. It's normal. Got guys angry at each other. Benefield's made his way back up to 6th. You got McWhorter all the way back up to 5th. And one driver I want to mention, Jeremy B. Brown, sitting P3 right now. Amazing. He's been able to hang on such a long stint compared to everybody else around him. Jeremy B. Brown has done nothing but surprise me this year. So I'm excited to see how well he does continuing forward. You can see your biggest movers there. Noah Woods has gone up the furthest. He started almost dead last. He's still trying to make his way forward as it is. But through the restart zone, be ready. Cameron Stone's got the lead right now. Hickson Ball on the top. Great restart. He's going to have the lead as Hickson Ball moves into second place right behind him.
I think that 83, that's 63, pardon me, Hickson Ball. He's looking for that top spot. The 83 certainly is as well on the outside of the 73, but they're kind of choked up with the 07 and the 14 going side by side. Kluwat stalling out the momentum. The 83 having to swap sides, heading down the backstretch out of 2. This is where the danger zone is hidden. These drivers still side by side throughout the pack.
Moving forward, remember we saw in the restart McWhorter started 5th. He's moved up already to 3rd place. He's back on a podium spot. 83's following him through as it looks like Kluwat and the 07 dropping back even further. And now that 73 is trying to, there goes Jeremy B. Brown way up out of the groove. Did not make a good exit. Hang on to it. There's 3 wide down the back straightaway. And it looks like they will settle things out. Wiles still on the bottom with the 77 of Seth Foudy, who's recovered well since his incident early in this race and moved forward. You can also see the rest of the cars on your pylon there on the left. Only a handful of cars out of this race. I'll go ahead and let you know who they are. Hoytsma, Brandon Hunslinger, Roy Collins, Ryan Von Hinchel look to be the ones, including Hunter Bogdan, also out of the race. Brendan Blinn also out of the race. Eric Wineland, I believe, is also out of the race, not on the race. Actually, I could be wrong. Let's go back and check that just to be sure. But Wineland's here. So in that case, I think it will be, sorry, my camera wasn't set to on the car. So let's just keep watching the cars on the track. Napier on the outside trying to make a pass. See Seth Foudy trying to get by Wiles on the screen.
Oh, as these drivers starting to play with fire in the battles outside of the top 10. These drivers looking for every single opportunity that they have got with the hecticness and chaotic racing that we have seen through to this point. I think these drivers outside the top 10 see a fantastic opportunity to score some good results. And with all the drivers who set a qualifying time making it into the field here tonight too, some drivers that we haven't seen thus far this season looking to score some very, very valuable points.
You know, I got to say up towards the front, look at this battle for the lead if we can for a second. Hicksonball has been closing in on Stone. Every couple seconds, he's been catching it up, getting closer and closer, and now he's on the back bumper. And so is McWhorter and Benefield. These 4 cars, I think, are going to be the ones battling for the win of this race. It would surprise me if anybody else were involved in this battle for the win, but all 4 of these guys, I think, have the best shot. And right now, Stone's been dominant. However, McWhorter took the lead from him for a short minute, as it looks like you see Jeremy B. Brown going the wrong way. Seth Fowdy side by side with him back there for the 8th place spot. But those 4 cars up front, it's going to be hard to beat them. And they...
Yeah, that top 4 pack, that is a fearsome group of drivers. Super duper quick, week in and week out. We think of Hicksonball and Benefield. They combined for 13 wins last season. You look at Joseph McWhorter as well. You know, he grabbed the championship at the end of the season. Now, granted, the playoff format certainly helping him there as the 83 having to chase his own tail, heading off into the turn. He overshot it big time, now falling off into the crutches of the likes of Kluot, Truel, and Wiles right behind. That was a big mistake.
That's to say the least. Yeah, he's going to have to recover and gain all that ground back. He gained a lot of it, but he's going to have to do double the work now. But he's got a little bit of cleaner air, so it might be easier for him, might not. We'll find out. But the top, oh, here comes the leader making a pass on a lap car here up front. He's got to look out for that. Side by side, that might open the door for Hicksonball if he's not careful. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so Fandau with the lapped car. Who's going to be the first to try and pounce in this? Who's going to catch up? It's going to be Adam Benefield. He's going to make up a whole lot of time. Now only a half a second back of the 73. So our top 4 combined once more. But Cameron Stone is the one who sticks out just a little bit. You know, very fast driver, super fast. As Wesley Napier just saw he got disqualified a few moments ago. What happened to put him over the edge? 17x the limit here for these drivers. A couple of mistakes, especially with how physical the racing has been through to this point, Kirk. And that 17x limit can be hit incredibly quickly.
Wesley Napier had a problem. Let's take a look at see what may have happened in the 95. Check up from the 30 car. He hit the apron, got contact with the 30, hang on to it, and he got DQ'd for that, it looks like. 4X out of nowhere gives Napier the DQ.
You know, with that small little bit of contact, putting him over the edge, that's the iRacing equivalent of hanging a guy for shoplifting. But the incident points are incident points. If you collect too many of them, you are done. Yes, side by side, Hicksonball. McWhorter was just going to touch on this. McWhorter down to the inside line. Now, this is an odd spot for him to be in. Every single time we've seen that 73 car start to get racy, it's been on that top side, not on the bottom. Let's see how this works. Doesn't work out in this charge. Let's see what happens second time.
83 is trying to get by him too. You know, obviously, we saw it earlier. These guys are getting, now the 57 is kind of driving away because the 63, I think, is putting on a good fight with the 73. And with them trying to defend the position over each other, that's only increasing the gap to that 57 car right up front. And now the 73 is kind of falling back himself. Maybe the 63 is able to catch back up to the back bumper of that 57 if he continues this new line he's running. We're a little higher up on the racetrack for the 63.
Oh, yeah, you can see him just every single time he adds his way off into 3. It looks like he's getting either a little bit of wheel hopping or just the front and the back end of that car chasing their own tails. Let's look at the 83 with the dive off into turn number 1. That 73 car at this point in the stage, it looks like he just drops an anchor as a 77 spins heading out of turn number 2, and that puts under Yella.
I like Yella, Miller Yella. Great drink, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look right here, 77. Seth Fowdy, inside, he got the 07. He just got loose on his own. Well, he got loose. He got helped going around, but he got loose first to initiate the contact. Take a look at it and watch it again. Watch. He goes into the corner, wheel hops, tries to get back on the gas too early, gets the car loose, and the 07 just finishes it off. not intentional. Obviously, I think the 07 just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, no, that's really nothing too much to read into that. It's just the classic Martinsville case of driver looping it around, the driver right behind. Nothing that he could have done. It wasn't a matter of somebody just, outright taking a pot shot in broad daylight. That was pretty much just playing the role of executioner there. As Andrew Dyson coming into the pits once more here. Not sure what the deal is for that 41, whether he's trying to pull off some like galaxy brain strategy or not. He's dropped outside the top 20, so I don't know what he's cooking, whether he's cooking with gas or whether there's gas coming out of his strategist's mouth. We'll have to see.
Well, folks, here's what I'd like to do real quick. I'd like to go ahead and just give you a quick reminder of some cool drivers that are really stand out today that are not normally in the top 10 or maybe not in the top 15 normally, that I want to bring out and just talk about for a minute. First off, Kevin Zosiak, 37 car. Guess what? Right now, if you look at him, he is running in the 13th place spot last time they were on pit road. So 13th place spot right now, and they haven't been on pit road in a while, but that's still helping his case. Right in front of him, Henry Kalhoff making his initial debut for this race, running in 12th, doing a great job. Great opener for him. Then you got Cliff Moeller in the 44. Not somebody you normally see in the top 10, but I think he has a good shot of being able to do that today. Jesse Winslow, the Canadian, in the field, 58, 59, ended up getting some contact earlier, ended up having some problems, and just continues to hang on to position as we're doubling up for the restart. Casey Graves, also Jeremy B. Brown, and Wiles also surprising me today. As it looks like we're heading down the back straightaway, getting ready for the restart. One of my favorite tracks in all of iRacing right here. Gonna see some crazy finishes here, folks. 85 laps to go in a race, and anything could happen. Cameron Stone on the point with Hicksonball to the outside and the 73 right on his bumper. Back underway.
Drivers already hitting the bumpers, trying to push the 57 of Stone ahead is the 73 of McWhorter, but Hicksonball having Benefiel right behind him. Those two Spartan
3 wide for the lead.
25. Golly.
Yeah, it's 73 trying to make it a 3 wide move for the leads. 57 cut them off. They were 3 wide for a short period of time. Hicksonball's trying to make the outside line fly. The middle lane, right at that point, was going to be Stone, but the 73 dove bomb down to the inside on the exit of turn number 4 by dove bomb. I mean, he had a door open up for him, and he took it, and it closed on him really fast. But new leader, Bryson Hicksonball, takes the lead for the first time today. As on the outside, you can see the 83 trying to recover from his mistake. This is the first time Cameron Stone and Benefiel have been side by side since the incident.
Yes, keep an eye on these two to start to squabble up, but Hicksonball going to use that opportunity, if they do, to try and drive away. Can see a little bit of damage on the front of that 83 car. It's Martinsville. That's pretty much a dime a dozen sites.
Yeah, I got to tell you right now, that 73 gave a shot to the back of the 83 just a lap ago. I don't know if he knows how angry that 83 is, but that 73 is he's starting to knock on the door. He needs to go forward.
That's like poking a sleeping bear right there. I'm not sure how well that's going to end as we take a look at it. This, I can't even say that's like playing with fire. That's the equivalent of, doing jumping jacks in front of a falling squad.
Just behind this, though, you got a side-by-side battle right now with the 71 of Truel and the 41 of Kluot. Sorry, the 14 of Kluot. They are battling right now for the 5th place spot, still side-by-side. It looks like Truel will probably take that spot, as it looks like he does. Hicksonball has started to drive away from the top 4.
Yeah, so Hicksonball driving off into the sunset as we've met a bit of a logjam right now. Cameron Stone, who started off this race with an incredibly quick number 57 machine, ever since then we haven't seen that same spark out of it. It kind of all started with him losing out on the lead and then having that contact with himself and Benefiel Wonder what the deal is for him, but right now Stone being a log jam, kind of the cork in the bottle of this field as they are starting to squabble right behind this pack. That's Truel and Daniel Wiles now battling for that spot right there. Keep an eye on these two. Actually, no, my apologies. That's Wiles and Blake Kluot battling for 6th. Pardon me. But that is the only thing that is keeping this pack a little bit more split up than it would be. If those two weren't going side by side, if they were nose to tail, this train of cars would run back from 2nd and Cameron Stone probably all the way back down outside the top 20.
Side by side for spot right there. You see Kluon on the top, Wiles on the bottom. This is for, looks like the 6th place spot. Wiles trying to get it. 14's got it right now. And what I'm noticing is that the 63 is really up front, still just pulling away from these guys. He hasn't looked back once he took that lead away from Cameron Stone. Now Benefiel and Stone nose to tail. McWhorter is sitting there in 4th. And Truel for the first time today, now running with his teammate in a 73, 2 teammates. True War Motor Club, I believe, is what they go by. They are working together right now, running in 4th and 5th.
Yeah, so even with the attention being on the drivers battling for the win and the podium spots, there are those little stories sprinkled throughout this field. Hunter Truel is a driver that I want to keep tabs on as we go through the other starts of spring here. We're getting up to the Dash for Cash races very, very soon here in the Friday Night Lights series. Yeah, the first of those will be in just 2 weeks' time when the series rocks up to Bristol. So once we continue on with the short tracks, that's going to be when things get wild. Of course, Rockingham next time out will set your Dash for Cash order. But that 71 car really impressed in Dash for Cash last season. So I'm going to look for same kind of form to come out of that number 71 here in 2026.
We'll find out for sure. Just a matter of time to see how it goes. I do want to reiterate now that that gap from 1st to 2nd is now just about at 9/10 of a second. Now 1 second ahead. So it's just a huge gap from 1st to 2nd. They're going to catch lap traffic and things will change. But remember, the 57 and 83 have damage from earlier contact. And they are pretty much playing defender right now for the 63. They're trying their best, obviously. They're not like holding up there or anything like that. But you got the 57 and the 83. Obviously, they'd like to go run with their teammate 63, but that gap is just way too big right now. 63's got a hot rod underneath them.
Yeah, as soon as he had the opportunity to stretch his legs, he's taking full advantage of it, driving away from the pack. Behind, though, there's frustration brewing. Drivers not very happy with one another. Drivers starting a battle. You can see Benefiel briefly look for it on the outside. He's experimenting with this line, but that's going to get closed off as the 13 is there on the high side, lapping him once again here tonight. Will that give the 83 a slight sense of reprieve with the 73? He will not, as the 73 going to dive down the inside and clear that lap car. Oh, well, as I said, that little bit of contact going on between the two. They keep nose to tail. This 4-car pack. What's going to snap here first here, Kirk? I want to ask you this. Who's going to be the first to try and go for a move on who? Is it going to be Benefiel on Stone? Is it going to be McWhorter on Benefiel? Or is it going to be Truel on McWhorter?
Benefiel on Stone. I think Benefiel's going to be the one to make a move. He's doing it right now in the turn number 1, side by side. Take a look right here. Down to the inside, no doubt about it. He's trying to slide the rears, trying to make a move on Cameron Stone. They both still have damage from their earlier contact, but it looks like here, this is only going to slow them down slightly, bringing the 73 and the 71 into the picture, as they're still side by side for position with 64 laps to go. Yeah, nobody's giving an edge here. Still even. Down the back. Remember, the bottom line's typically preferred, but that outside line can carry momentum once the run gets going. And it looks like right there, that will do it. Benefiel moves up to 2nd. He's on a mission.
Oh, now the 73 going to start to get physical. Gets to the back bumper of the 57 of Stone. He goes up the 73 with a wiggle out of the turn. He held on to it.
Save of the year. Holy crap. That 73 car, he was going to hit the inside wall. I have never seen someone get this loose at Martinsville and not kill the car. The car should have been killed. Gone. Slight netcode contact after that, but that save is just ungodly. Let's look at that wheel. Last week he had a heck of a save at Darlington. This week, something very similar.
Way! Oh!
Yeah,
look at him pumping on that steering wheel.
You know, I looking at that, I don't think that's natural. I don't think that wheel movement's natural. Like, he has the wheel must have, like, the degrees of rotation kicked up. Yeah, let's look at this, because it didn't look, it was so fast. Look at this in slow-mo right now. We'll try and keep an eye on the track for y'all. But look at this. He makes contact with the 57, and once that contact is made, holy, yeah, that's just wild if that was real. It makes me question it, but still, no matter what, still save of the year. That was amazing.
You know what? I could fully believe something like that happening from my own experience behind the wheel. Now, I've had some saves I've had to do. Now bearing, I'm not sure what kind of wheel he's run, but on my Logitech G920, my venerable Logitech G920, I've somehow had snaps of the wheel trying to save a car from spinning around that were so violent and so quick that actually uncalibrated the wheel and had it off center about 45 degrees. Comes from running in shifter carts for as long as I'd hit it, having a pump on that steering wheel with one hand, shifting with the other. So I could believe that he just had the hands of a ninja to spin him around that quickly to make sure that his car didn't spin around. But that was mightily impressive. Now, though, it has kind of brung a different dynamic to this battle, which is now 3 cars strong. Benefiel took that opportunity. He's run with it. He's trying to drive away. Now Cameron Stone's starting to fall into the crutches of Hunter Truex. That may be a fight worth keeping our eyes on, because Truex, I still think that he is a dark horse pick to look at throughout this season. Maybe not for race wins, but to kind of rattle the cage of those top running drivers.
You know, there's a car that's fastest car, I think, running close to the race leader's lap time. Says it looks like we got a car in 71 going down to the bottom, trying to make a pass there. A lot of lap traffic they're going to have to navigate here. 71, oh, he gets through it, but almost gets having to rear end Steve Benjamin there, lapper. And it looks like that Stone's going the wrong direction. Got a couple lap cars, Steve Benjamin, and also the 35 of Wortman going the wrong way. Sorry, 75 of, sorry, make sure I get that right. Don't want to get the name wrong. I believe that is Mesnard.
And things happen quick here at Martinsville, and as we get into the end stages of this race, these drivers going to bring the thunder more and more. 54 laps left to go here, Kirk, and battles still left to be decided. Daniel Wiles now starting to rattle the cage of Cameron Stone. The fall off of this 57 car has to be studied. I'm not sure what is going on after holding on to the race lead for so long. Dipped down into second. Of course, had that contact with the 83, but even then,
damage.
Yeah, you think it's that? I mean, this is catastrophic.
Yeah, heartbreaking actually. I was really rooting for him. A little bit of damage there to the right rear of the car really sent him towards the wrong direction. And what I'm noticing. Can we pull up that graphic I like to see so much between speeds of first place and second place? The 63 and the 83. If we can get a view of that first 2 cars. Yeah, I'm noticing one thing, and it's just the lap times are so dang close. Nearing identical. Lap after lap. Look at that. Each lap is less than a tenth, but Benefiel, he is gaining very, very slightly. Not much, but enough to where you can notice it. But right behind the 83, Hunter Truex, if you included him in the picture, I can tell you right now that he's running lap times also in the same ballpark. The 71, the 83, and the 63 are running nearly identical lap times, lap after lap after lap. But we only got 50 laps to go. Now, whether or not he's able to gain that 1.4, 1.5 seconds before the end of this race, we'll find out. It's just a matter of time. But I can tell from looking at these cars from afar that it's going to get good, I think. Wiles also made his way by Stone, and I'm trying to look and see where Stone actually went. He dropped back all the way outside of the top 5 in 6th place now, going the wrong direction. But up in front again, it is going to be Hicksonball leading this thing, followed by Benefiel, Truel, who is gaining on Benefiel. Daniel Wiles running in fourth. Great run for him. McWhorter in fifth. That's the current order. As the leader now tries to navigate lap traffic, that's only going to close up that gap even more.
Oh, that is tough stuff. 3 wide racing, splitting the difference. Clue out the mean, the sandwich. He's going to hold on to P6 desperately, though. He's got some tough customers around him. Andrew Dyson, that 41 machine, still on the inside of him as they head their way down into 3 and 4. I got to say, Andrew Dyson, we've talked about him a lot, certainly in the Cup Series. Kirk, you can elaborate on that a lot more than I can, but here in these Friday Night Lights races, last season we saw him be a road course ringer here in this series. Now, though, in 2026, we've seen him run on the ovals and do well. 57 gets punted around by the 07, gets 91 involved as the yellow is out. Jeremy Brown going to get DQ'd for that contact.
Take a look at the replay, folks. This was back in, I believe, 8th place. Got Jeremy B. Brown in the 07, having a decent day. Goes into the corner, a little too hot, overcooks it, makes contact with the 57, and the 07 gets the DQ right there. Taken out as everyone's on pit road. We're on pit road right now. Take a look at the 91 here, by the way. He was going to dive bomb that. Yeah, the 91 was going to dive bomb the corner no matter what. It was going to be a wreck. But we got cars on pit road right now. Cars staying out. Some choosing to stay out. This is going to be the money stop, folks. Money stop. Dyson pulls into his pit stall. Let's see who goes out first. Cameron Stone coming in after getting wrecked out. He's into his pit box. It looks like it's going to be Hicksonball, followed by the 83 of Benefiel, and then Wiles. The 88 of Wiles was able to grab an extra spot, move up to third.
As we see the 74 still in the box. Daniel Wiles. I want to give some love to that 88 car. He's having a brilliant run here tonight. Running up towards the front. Holding on to was net P3 with Matthew Boston Wheeler still staying out there on the track. The 88, no matter what sort of circumstances have led to this point, he's having one heck of a night, one heck of a season too as well. When Wiles has been quick and keeping it clean, he's been fast.
Okay, folks, this is going to be it. This is what I call the money run. You got about 43 laps to go, and you're going to have to get a restart with a lap car up front, 45 laps on his tires, and he's been running near the back all day long. He's in the lead now. He's going to have this restart up front. That's going to shake up the way the order is going to roll up front. You see Hicksonball, he's going to be stuck on the outside line, waiting for the 10 car to react. Then once the 10 car goes, sure, the 63 will take the outside line to fly on by. Now, whether or not... Oh, no, 10 car comes down pit road. That changes everything. Pit road was closed for him, but he took it. So because of that, it looks like that it's still going to be Bryson Hicksonball with the lead. Benefiel, Wiles, McWhorter, and Kalhoff is your top 5. Outside line for Hicksonball. That is an unusual restart position, but we've seen it all day. He's able to roll the outside better than anybody. I think that 63 doing that is not a bad idea. It's just been working for him. Now, that does open the door for the 83. You also see Daniel... Wow, we got another delay of the green here. Coming down, looks like we might get the green with 39 laps to go, I hope. We'll find out here shortly.
Yeah, the field's in the pickle right now. I gotta wonder what the deal is. Hearing that it's car's out of place at the moment, but yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say that with the way things have gone tonight for Adam Benefiel, Hicksonball holding on to that outside line, he's going to have a almighty jump here. He's going to have to time this restart to perfection and master the run on that first lap back to green flag racing if he wants to hold on to that lead.
Wow. Here we go. Pace cars into pit road. We're going to get this restart this time by. Here we go through the restart zone. We are back underway. Great jump from the outside line. The inside line does not get that great of a jump. Heading into turn 1 for the first time. Let's see what happens. 83 of Benefield. Gets the job done. Passes Wiles. Moves up to second. Now he's trying to chase down his teammate into the 63. Remember, these two guys don't necessarily like each other. Even though they're teammates, they constantly, the 83 constantly insults Hicksonball in his interviews post-race. Side by side for third, you see McWhorter there and the 88 of Wiles. Side by side for third. McWhorter, remember, won stage 2. Trying to come back and win the whole dang thing. He's got a long ways to go, though, to make that happen.
Yeah, I will say, though, on the subject of Hicksonball and Benefield, that's definitely a very friendly rivalry between the two. Now, the 83 and the 73, that's maybe a bit less friendly, but it's still friendly rivalry between the two. They are the top of the field more often than not last season. Very, very quick. Hicksonball able to set the fast lap of the race last time by as well. He's been super duper quick throughout the night. Started off on the wrong foot, but ever since then, he's bounced back and rebounded extremely well. We'll have to see if he has the speed to hold on to that spot as we get through to the end, but if anything's to go off of, I think he is most certainly going to be at least a contender.
I got to give a little bit of credit. Cliff Mullins sitting P5 right now. Fan-frickin-tastic. He said he'd be happy with a top 10. He's sitting P5 right now. If he's able to hang on, what a run for that 44 team. No doubt about it, he'd be happy. And I think that'd be really entertaining to watch. One car trying to come back from his contact earlier. 57 of Cameron Stone trying to go through the field again, making passes towards the back end. He's trying to get through Jacob Simpson right now for 9th.
And Simpson going to yield in that spot.
41 of Dyson just dove bomb on Eric Wineland in the 21. Knocked him up out of the way. Passed him very quickly. Take a look at that. That's going to be worth looking at right here. Oh, reckon, where goes the 88, I believe, or is that the 21?
Yes, it is.
Wineland, 21 car. Going around, caution's coming back out. We get another restart, folks. Let's take a look and see how this all stemmed from. We can go back all the way to the 41. Watch this right here. This is good. This is a while ago. Going into turn number 1 is where this dive bomb happens. Take a look. 13 cars a lap down. He's on the top side. 41 decides, you know what? I'm making it 3 wide. I got to run.
Oh, God.
Dives it in deep, and door slams him, moves him up out of the way. That's racing. That's not a problem. It's fine. It's racing. Then 21 got the 71 of Truel right there, who was up towards the front earlier. Just got contact and went around. It was accidental, not something that was intentional there. Just contact. It's a racing Martinsville deal.
Collateral damage for sure. That been a 3-wide racing, though, at the start of all that. I said the whole deal of not even playing with fire, these drivers doing jumping jacks in front of a firing squad. 3-wide racing here at Martinsville, that is certainly bold. That is certainly brave. These drivers have been able to work it more often than not. Coincidentally, it hasn't been the 3-wide racing that's resulted in the most amount of incidents so far here tonight. It's been just a little side-by-side racing. That's just usually been when the drama breaks out. So thankfully they have chose the right spots to go 3-wide, the straightaways. Now if they do it in the turns, that's going to be when things got a little bit too goofy for our own liking, but you know, who knows? I expect that as we get into the final 30 laps of this race. The nerves are frayed for these drivers. The tensions are high. We even said it leaving Darlington last time out. We were thinking, okay, these drivers already have a little bit of beef with one another. That's just going to snowball out of control as we get to some short courses here.
Let's give these guys some credit. We've actually seen more green flag racing than most people would expect today. We had some green flag runs. Martinsville is hard to get that. We didn't have any green flag pit stops, but still not going to complain. It was a good Martinsville race so far, no matter what happens for the rest of this thing. Again, we're going to get 1 lap to go before the green on this restart. We're going to have 7 laps to go, rather. And we're going to see this group of cars boogity it on down into turn 1. And I think folks are starting to realize that it's coming to the end of this thing. You got to start making your move. You see Hixenball chose the bottom this time compared to what he did the last couple times choosing the top.
Yeah, I think Hixenball, I wouldn't say he got away with one there, but he was certainly on the razor's edge. So now holding on to a more comfortable spot on the inside here, pardon me, with the 88 right behind him. Let's see as the field heads their way into the restart zone for what could be the final time here tonight. Probably not, but we'll see.
Into turn number 1. Hixenball's got it. 83's going right into the tail line. We'll try and follow him through. 88, Wiles moves into third place, under fire right now from McCorder. He's going to make a shot down to the inside line, trying to make it work for third place. They're going to be side by side off turn number 4. Is right behind him too. Cliff Mullins and Blake Kluwat going for it as they contact on the front straightaway. That was a little sketchy right there. Zodiac and Graves, they make contact again in the corner. They go wide, still keeping it green and clean. Up front there, 3 wide. Noah Woods on the top side, 3 wide. Trying to make it work, and the 44 is going the wrong direction.
They're still side by side, heading their way down the back straightaway. The 22, Jacob Simpson, hung up there on the top side as Cliff Mullins, who's had a dream night so far in that number 44 machine, looking to get just a couple of more spots, but the 22 aggressively chopping off, trying to clear him, and clear him he will, as the 57, the 91, the newcomer, Henry Kaloff. It's a fantastic night. Now battling with your 1-point race leader here, Stone, just looking to salvage something out of this night.
After that contact, car's never been the same. He's just been trying to gain back what he's lost and hasn't been able to do it 100% clear. But Hixenball, ever since that accident, has been on rails. That car has just gone faster. He made adjustments to his car. He did whatever he had to do. And now he's got the lead with 23 laps to go. And fastest car on a racetrack still, Hixenball. He's going to be hard to beat. I don't think it's going to be easy for Benefiel, who has a little damage from that contact earlier, and Wiles, who's been running great, but not quite top 2 speed yet. So he's running third place, under fire from McCorder, who we saw make a pass on Stone for the lead a handful of laps back. But he's got a ways to go to catch back up to these guys. As Dyson's up out of the group in turns 1 and 2, lost a lot of spots in the 41 car.
Yeah, Dyson, he's had a roller coaster ride throughout this race. He came down pit lane like 4 times already here before we even had that last round of pit stops. But he's still been able to scythe his way through the running order, looking for a spot inside the top 10 with Hunter Troll looking to defend. Looking at the drivers who have cut their way through the field like a hot knife through butter the best. Noah Woods holding on to that distinction right now. He's in P8. 24 spots gained since the drop the green flag. The only drivers that come close are the 11 spots gained for the likes of Henry Kaloff and Kevin Zosiak, along with William Owens. So there's a lot of drivers in a good league in terms of making their way through the field, but Noah Woods has been a class of his own here. That 56 car has been rather consistently quick. It has been spottiness quick that we've seen from most of the field. He's been just a consistent level of fast, consistent level of speed throughout, and you'll love to see it.
He's under fire right now, though, from the 22 car. He's getting past. He's on the inside, 22 car again, making the pass on the inside, that right there. Jacob Simpson. He's been quick this year. Won a race, I believe. But the longer we go here, the more I'm starting to get less and less hope up front. I'm starting to see Benefiel just, kind of not gaining much here and there. It's staying very much Hixenball's way. It's going to need a kind of a chaotic finish here to change anything. But I can say the 73 has gotten to the back bumper Wiles. Maybe he can catch him, but you can see they're running dead identical lap times, 2 laps in a row. If anything, it's just right there. He's always right in the same spot. And again, Benefiel makes slight gains here and there, but I don't think it's enough. You got 15 laps to go. You're 7/10 back. You got to gain quite a bit to be able to make that happen.
Yeah, some major gains are going to have to be had, and can they be made in the final 15 laps? I think Hicksonball, you know, I think he's just in a league of his own right now. I think he has the number on the field. If any sort of drama breaks out between now and the end, which never say never with 14 laps left to go at Martinsville, but that would be the dream scenario for everybody else to try and usurp Hicksonball. Outside of that, I'm not sure if there is a path forward for them to jump in front. And this is kind of the like a Bryson Hicksonball drive that we saw in 2025. Had some setbacks earlier on. That didn't completely end his race, though. He kept his nose on the grindstone. He kept running quick, and come time for the end of the race, the checkered flag may very well fall into his hands. Still has 13 laps left to go, make that 12. Still 6 miles left to try and circumnavigate here in Southern Virginia. But Hicksonball, I think he has a very quick race car. It doesn't look like anybody has anything close to his number.
But folks, I'm going to take back my statement. I'm looking at his lap times, and he's closing. I'm looking at him on the racetrack. He's going to be on the back bumper here in about 5 laps, judging by the way he's driving. I think, look up here at the front of the field, guys. If we can get a camera on the leader in second place right now, before that gap was obvious. You could tell there was a giant gap, but now he's there. Adam Benefield, he's driving angry. He knows he can do it. He knows he's got a fast car underneath him. Great driver, no doubt about it. Trying to catch up to Hicksonball, who ran away with it for the early part of the run, but now it's closed up to under 0.4 of a second. This time by, again, another gain. Small, but enough. I think there's a chance he'll get there. And what is he willing to do to win the race? That's my favorite phrase to use at the end of these things. You know, you just know, you hear it. Don't you hear that sound? I'm starting to hear that sound come in here. May not have gotten a little faster that time, but he's there. What is he going to be able to do once he gets all the way to the back bumper? That's the question. Oh, wrecking off at turn number 2. The 22 car's around. He collects Tanner Marty. He stopped in the middle of the back straightaway. Look out, everyone else. There is 22. Jacob Simpson got contacts facing the wrong way, and more cars trying to avoid. Oh, look out, look out. Okay. He just backed up almost into the leaders there, 22. Let's take a look here. 71 of Truel on the bottom. And it's 21 of Simpson. Contacts. Sends 22 around. 29 had nowhere to go. Collects a little bit of damage. And folks, just trying to miss him. That's going to create I believe, with how many laps we got left, there's a chance that we might get a green-white checker here.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether this will be a forced green-white checkered going into overtime, or it could be a natural green-white checkered. We'll have to see how the laps work out here, but I think that's 63. You know, with golly.
You see what I was talking about? You see what I was talking about? You saw that's what I was looking at earlier. I was like, he almost hit the leader. Oh man, we had that problem last week. Not this time, it looks like. He obviously wasn't happy, but he didn't want to hit nobody. That would have been a terrible highlight if he would have hit the leader. Golly. Here we go. Off turn number 4. We're going to get 5 laps going across the stripe, just there. And I think that we might get 3 to go. It's going to be close. But look at this. The 83 is pushing the 63 under caution. They're beating each other. Look at this. Get a camera on those two if we can. Quick. They're still pushing each other under caution. Yeah. He was on the back bumper pushing him through the corners. Let's see if he continues it. All right. Well, there you go. That 83, he's giving him a shot to his teammate. Earlier he said, I'm coming. Look out. I'm on my way. I'm going to try and get there. If he's able to do it, that'd be cool to watch. We'll see. Great comeback if he is. But he's got 2 cars right behind him. Wiles in the 73. I mean, they're not out of this yet. This restart's going to be, if the 63 gets a heck of a jump, which is something he's great at. One thing about the iRacing sim that is completely unrealistic is the jumping system. I absolutely despise it. The leader should be side by side with the leader with second place going into 1. It shouldn't be one car way ahead going into 1. But that's I digress. We're going to get 3 laps to go on a restart. Here we go. You're going to see Hicksonball on to turn number 4. He gets a good restart, plenty clear, and he's going to be on his own, and nobody's going to be even anywhere close to him.
Oh, now if these two battling for second can't square their differences away, this could be it. Benefield clears him, though. Can he have a shot at Hicksonball? Will he have a shot at Hicksonball? Keep our eyes throughout the rest of the field. Another yellow, and we're into overtime, but Hicksonball looking to drive off into the sunset.
Coming down to get the white flag when they cross the stripe, trying to keep it clean and green through the final couple corners here. Coming to get the line. Will they make the... Oh, contact right there. The 83 goes around. Oh, McCorder moved him out of the way. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he just dumped him. He put him out of the pasture. Now Wiles goes through. They're wrecking in turn number 2. Huge crashes. We're under the white flag, but Hicksonball, there's a giant crash here. Hicksonball goes into 3 and 4, and he's going to end up coming to the line, and Bryson Hicksonball wins the race. Daniel Wiles comes out of nowhere to get second. Blake Kluot will get third, and it's just chaos behind that. Yeah, this is going to be probably a suspension of some sort. Take a look right here. Going into the corner, the 73 of of McCorder gets into the back bumper of the 83. Bump and run. That's normal Martinsville. That's racing. What happens here is not racing. Dive bombing into the corner, completely moving them up out of the track. That's 100% retaliation, and I can't wait to see what race control thinks about that after this whole jazz. I guarantee you they'll probably argue because it's the end of the race, they're not going to do nothing about it. We'll see. But I can say right now, Hicksonball got the job done, and the 83 is able to hang on. But look at this wreck as they head out of the corner after that contact happened. These guys had to make some crazy evasive maneuvers to get out of the way as Hicksonball does burnouts on the front stretch right now. Let's see it again. You got the cars right here. Contact sends Tanner Marty around, and the 71 of Truel continues going. However, that ain't over yet. Contact there sends a 30 car around. Then up in front, they're going to have that huge stack up. All the cars are going to be stopped out of turn number 2, trying to avoid it. They keep going, and that is what happens at the tail end of the field. As if we can get a camera on the 63, he's doing a reverse lap right now in that 63 car, going the other direction live. All right, folks, let's take a look at the finishing order, man. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? Damn. Take a look. Bryson Hicksonball got the job done, winning the race. Finishing second, Daniel Wiles. Blake Kluot comes home to get third place. Adam Benefield, after that contact, is able to hang on to it and get fourth. And for the first start in his career, Henry Kalhoff comes home with a top 5. What a hell of a run for that 91. Noah Woods gets fifth in that 56 car, gets 6th. Great comeback from the back to the front. Casey Graves, what a run for the 01, getting 7th. And Kevin Zosiak with a top 10. Holy cow, that's awesome. Way to go, Zosiak. Proud of you. Then you got Seth Foudy in the 77 getting 9th, and Cliff Mullins happy with a top 10.
Then looking outside your top 10, many of these racers were caught up in the drama on that last lap. It includes Jesse Winslow, the Canadian, behind the wheel. The 59 machine finishes in front of Eric Weiland in 12th. Mason Lowry is in 13th at the end of this race. Hunter Truel is in 14th. Brian Workman is in 15th place in front of Tim Phillips in 16th. Joseph McCorder ends up in 17th as a result of that drama on the last lap. Cameron Stone down in P18 after that car just kind of fell off the rails late in this race. It's Steve Benjamin in 19th with Andrew Dyson, the Aussie beyond the wheel, the 41 machine, riding at your top 20.
Finishing 21st tonight will be William Owens, followed by Jarek Gradzicki, Jacob Simpson, Michael Mesnar, Tanner Marty, Matthew Boston Wheeler, Brendan Blinn, Jeremy B. Brown, Wesley Napier, and Hunter Bogdan rounds out your top 30 finishers, with 31st being Ryan Von Henschel, Rory Collins, Brandon Hunsinger, and Dave Hoytsma round out your field of starters here today. Well, you take a look at there at the 63. It's Bryson Hicksonball getting the job done. Ever since the end of the second stage, he just drove away. Bryson, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you guys.
Man, you just dominated from the second half of that race to the end, man. How's it feel? You had one hell of a hot rod underneath you. Did you make some adjustments, or what'd you think about that one?
This thing was just straight flying. This setup all night, there was probably 6 or 7 cars in the field that had this setup, and I think we locked out the top 5 for most of the race. TCSP did a great job on the setup. Nick Ottinger always does great with the B car here. And this is not the race I expected to win this season. I've somehow lucked into a couple wins here before in the past, but usually Adam and Cam are way better than me. And I think Cam's damage might have hurt him a little bit and allowed me to get around him, get to the front. And Adam kind of had a little run-in with McWhorter there, I believe, is why he didn't get with me earlier. But it was going to be an interesting finish either way. Luckily, I was able to hold off with all the cautions at the end, but glad to be in victory lane.
Well, I gotta say, man, happy for you and your whole team. It was one hell of a dominating thing. You guys had the fastest cars, no doubt about it, for most of that race. And I gotta ask you here, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go? And and anything else you want to let us know about?
Yeah, shout out to all my teammates. Ace Moneymaker Racing. Mason was here tonight. He had a good run, hampered by some damage, but my other 2 teammates, Kyle Ammon and Cody Bird, were not able to be here this weekend, but we will be happy to see them next time they're on track, and hopefully we can get some more wins here.
Yep. All right, man. Thanks so much for talking with us, and we wish you the best of luck next week, man. Congrats on a win.
Thank you, guys, and make sure you catch whatever fight is going to happen on the infield, because I'm sure something will happen here.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, no doubt about it. All right. Thanks, man. All right, Ron, I do want to make sure that folks understand one thing before we bring Wiles in, that yes, we do see the YouTube chat, and I got to say, there's a whole story apparently. I can't wait to hear all about it in the Motor Coach, and all I know is that it's a lot of aggressive driving at Martinsville, and that's all I could ask for. I said at the very beginning of the race, I want to see some fighting by the end of this thing, and I guarantee you, we're going to see it, Ron. Let's go ahead and bring up Wiles. Daniel Wiles getting the second place finish. He's going to be with Ron.
Yeah, Daniel, welcome into the broadcast booth. P2 for you, peeking your way through the smoke and the chaos of a race at Martinsville. How was it out there?
Man, I am glad to be done and finish in the top 5 after the last couple races. It's nice to finally be back on the podium again since Daytona.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a relief. And seeing the checkered flag as well at Martinsville, that's got to be like, seeing the face of Christ on a gummy bear.
Absolutely. I mean, the races this week and the opens have been pretty nuts. So to be able to finish and pretty much run in the top 10 the whole night, I am super happy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Very pleased. A great result for you. Second here. Now, we're in a streak of a couple of short tracks in a row. We got Martinsville, of course, here tonight, Rockingham next week, and then Bristol the week after for the first race in the Dash for Cash. But I want to ask you about the Rock in 1 week's time. What are your thoughts heading there?
I don't run that track very often, so it's going to be a lot of practice this week. But I think it should be a good race. I'm hoping it's a good race. I know it has to be better than Martinsville.
Yeah, a true venture off into the unknown. And if my memory serves me correctly, I actually know it was Bristol. That was the first broadcast that we did last year. Those 2 races were swapped here on Maconi Entertainment. But still, Daniel, looking forward to seeing you hit the racetrack there next time out in that speedy number 88 car. But before we let you go and celebrate this P2 run, we'll let you give any thank yous or shout outs.
Absolutely. Team Conti Sim Performance for the amazing setups. Everybody over there at the shop is absolutely amazing. America Racing, all my teammates, EMR Event Park, Track Bar Media. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, there you go, man. Well, hey, Daniel, thank you for joining us here in the booth. Well done on the second place run, and we will see you next time out at the Rock.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
And Daniel Wiles, our P2 finisher. With that, Kirk, I'll pass the mic back off to you.
Yep, going to go ahead and talk to Blake Cluot. Hey, first time I think we've ever talked to you on a broadcast. Blake, how's it feel, man? Got third place today.
Feels good. About time I actually finished one of these races and did well. So,
man, you got third. You were running back in like maybe 8th or 9th most of the day. I mean, that's where I normally would see you. But at the end of that race, you made the right moves at the right time in that 14 car, moved your way all the way up to third. I got to ask you, man, what'd you think about that one? You sweating? You doing okay? And are you happy this thing's over, or you wish you were going more laps?
I'm very glad this thing is over. I was just trying to not get myself any more penalty points, and I think I did a good job of doing that. And then I saw the kerfuffle in front of me, so I was a little bit terrified that I would get even more damage. But all in all, I mean, I did all right. I didn't really get that much practice this week, so I'm really happy to be in third. A lot better than I thought I was going to do. So.
Very happy for you, Blake, actually. I've been watching you all year, and I'm seeing improvement every single week, and I love seeing it, man. I got to ask you now, is there anything you want to shout out? And anybody you want to just, reach out to, I guess?
Yeah, I'd say thanks to everybody at P1 Racing helping me, because I didn't get to run that much this week, and Team Conti for just a great setup, like always. And, that's pretty much it. All my family watching.
Yeah, well, we are happy for you, Blake. I wish you the best of luck here next week, and thanks for talking with us.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
Well, that's all of our top 3 finishers. We want to thank Blake Kluot, Daniel Wiles, and Bryson Hicksonball. And got to say, man, we had a great race here today, here live at Martinsville. Ron, tell me about what your thoughts are before we head out.
Well, Martinsville did Martinsville things, that is for sure. The allure of a grandfather clock can bring out the best and the worst out of drivers up and down the field. I think some drivers are happy to see Martinsville in their rearview mirror until it comes back around in the fall a little bit later on this season. But our one and only visit to Rockingham in 1 week's time, I'm looking forward to that broadcast. I want to see what The Rock is cooking.
Well, thanks so much, Ron. Thank you so much to Howie Burrows in the booth. You've been watching the Old Dominion 250 here live on Maconi Entertainment for the Friday Night Lights series. My name's Kirk Mills alongside Ron Mons and Howie Burrows, our producer. Thank you so much for watching, and so long. We'll see you.